Hello friend, welcome. It has been a while since my last video, but I'm so excited to be here with you today. And also my daughter made me the cutest little microphone. So today we're going to be talking into some flowers, which is perfect for this video and for spring. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and grab your cup of coffee, tea, or beverage of choice, and let's chat about it. So to begin this video, I just want to do like a brief little catch up on things that's been going on in my life, kind of tell you where I've been the last few months, and then we're going to dive right into some of my spring favorites. So just a brief overview. So I have been back in school. I'm currently taking classes right now. I had initially started back to school as a anthropology major, but that has since changed, and now I'm a history major with an anthropology minor. For those that may not know, I also have a degree in early childhood education, and I'm always, I love to learn. I love academia. I love, being in school. It's just something I have always loved, even as a kid. And so I wanted to kind of push myself and start taking a few classes. Whether I finish this degree or not is a whole other story, and maybe I will, maybe I won't. But the point is I'm really enjoying what I'm doing right now, as is something I'm really passionate about. I love this field so much, and so I'm excited to see where it leads me, possibly in the future. Also, talking about school, I am still very much homeschooling my kids. They have been homeschooled their entire lives, and my oldest daughter is about to be in middle school next year, which is insane. I cannot even tell you how insane that is to me. I started the homeschooling journey, did not know how far we were going to go, and I still don't. I get asked fairly often, am I going to homeschool the whole time? My answer always is I take it year by year, and as of now, we are continuing to homeschool. And so that is very much a part of my everyday life. I'm still homeschooling my kids. I have also been just trying to get back to living in normal life, as some of you may know, and I have shared a video on this before. My husband recently had a amputation back in November, a forearm amputation back in November of 2025. And so he has been recovering from that. And not only has he been recovering, but our family's been recovering. We have been through it the past few years, and now we're starting to feel a little bit better, like life, we can get back to normal living again, start doing things, without constantly just worrying in the back of your head of what's going to happen and all of this and that. So he is doing very well. He is, recovering from his surgery very well. He is adapting to his new lifestyle as an amputee. Much into detail, just to spare you all of that. But he's doing well, and our family is getting back to normal. So that's just kind of a brief overview of where I've been the past few months, just trying to get back to living, enjoying my family, enjoying time with my husband, and trying to be there for his recovery. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and talk about spring favorites, because spring and fall are my two favorite times of the year. I absolutely love spring. I love the just new beginnings, and everything feels possible again in the spring. And I think that's another reason why I'm so excited to be back in front of the camera and talking to you guys, because everything feels possible again. Everything feels like a new beginning and fresh, and I'm just so ready for all that the spring has to offer. So let's go ahead and talk about just a few activities that I am currently enjoying for spring, and that are easy for you to implement into your everyday life as well if you are interested. So the first one is reading outside. You guys know I absolutely love reading outside. Sitting on my front porch, my back porch, in the yard, which is typically where I like to do my best reading, is on a picnic blanket out in the backyard, and just feel the sun on me and reading a great book. And I just love reading outside. It's my absolute favorite. It just feels magical and special, and it's my favorite time to read outside and read with my kids as well out there. Another activity that I have been enjoying, instead of, we've had this discussion before, guys, about trying to help cut down screen time. And, I'm human and I'm constantly working on that. And so, something that I enjoy doing, especially like in the mornings when I'm first waking up, I love to journal. in the mornings, I love to, write letters to my kids. I talk about things going on in my life, things, whatever I'm feeling that day. I love to journal. I have kept a journal for almost 10 years. And so one day my children will get those and they can see me as not only their mother, but as a person and a human being, and look back on things that happened in their life and in my life and things in the world that are going on. So I love to journal, especially in the mornings. And I love doing word searches. This is something that I just go to the dollar store and give me those little $1 word search books. You can even print them off online, and I just love a good word search. It's something to keep my mind busy. It's something to do besides scroll. And I love a puzzle. I love word searches. I also like Sudoku as well. No one in my family, in my household rather, can get on board with that. They think they're boring, but I also love Sudoku and puzzle books like that. So that's been really fun to get into this spring as well. And wearing bright colors again. Like, I'm wearing pink. I'm very much in my pink moment right now. I've painted my walls pink. I'm just really feeling like wearing spring colors. I typically in the past, I mean, like, I've worn colors, obviously, like I wear color, but I feel like I have been enjoying adding more color into my everyday wardrobe, whether like it's like this pink sweatshirt or wearing like headbands. I love a gaudy, tacky 10-pound earring. I love being tacky. I love a novelty bag. I just love dressing like, what is that trend going around right now? What's it called? Like dopamine decor. I'm kind of leaning into like the dopamine wardrobe. Just wearing what I want to wear. I don't care how old I am. I can wear what I want as long as it's, makes me happy. It makes me feel good. So wearing bright colors right now is something that is actually bringing me an insane amount of joy. And like, it's so simple. Put a splash of color. Now, not everybody likes to do that, and that's totally fine, but that is something I'm enjoying right now. Is wearing bright, springy colors. I notice on the days that I do, I feel better. I just feel more joyful and brighter. It's really fun. Another thing that I like to do that is oh so simple, but is just like a staple to my spring life, and that is opening the windows. I love a breeze, okay? I love a breeze. I love the way it feels whenever I'm walking in a room and you just have that fresh air, the smell of mowed grass. I just love opening the windows. It's just such an easy way to have a little boost of just like serotonin. And it's just so incredibly simple, and it just makes all the difference. Something else that I've also been enjoying is, I've talked about this in the past, but we're going to talk about it again. I love those cozy little backgrounds on YouTube. I love having like a cute little spring cottage background with like some jazz music or what have you. Just a cozy little spring background just to kind of have on low during the day. Typically, I do not like my TV on unless I'm watching something, but I do like those backgrounds because it has a little bit of soft music and springtime music that adds a little ambiance. It just feels whimsical. And so I'm enjoying that as well. The last activity that I am currently enjoying, besides reading, we'll get into that in a moment, but now is the time of the year where I like to peruse the lawn and garden section of any and all stores, whether that's Walmart, Lowe's, what have you. I like to just go for a stroll in the garden center, whether it's at a greenhouse or I don't care. I just need to touch up. I need to touch some grass. I need to like have a plant in my face and just like just enjoying flowers and nature. Going on nature walks outside and like the little lawn and garden section is just, it feels like a staple for springtime. Truly, it truly does. You died. Your camera battery died. Fixed you. So, what were we talking about? The last category, books, my absolute favorite. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. So on Kindle Unlimited right now, and I'm also pretty sure that you can get like a hardcover copy of this as well. One of the things I've been reading and is so cute and funny. It's called The Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon by Beth Brower. I believe Darling Desi maybe suggested this on one of her videos, which y'all know who she is. I love her. I aspire to be that kind of cinematographer one day. But nonetheless, I believe it was her channel that suggested this book first. And so these are the journals of the main character. Her name is Emma. And as like you can see right here, so like May the 6th, this is like reading it as her journal. It's set, and I believe it's like early Victorian era, and she has just moved back home because she was promised once she completed a basically like a job, a servitude of for a family member that she would receive her inheritance, and she's moved back in with family, and of course things have hit the fan, as they say, and it's just all about her life, and it's very witty and charming. It's a super easy read. The first book, there's many in the series, I believe there's like 8, and which sounds very daunting, but you can read this book easily in a day or two if you wanted. Very short, very funny, very fast paced. Love it. Perfect for spring. The next one I picked up at the library actually. This one was kind of a cover grab, and I'm so glad that I did. It's so easy, light, breezy, perfect for spring. This is called Anne of a Different Island by Virginia Cantra. And so this book is a contemporary novel inspired by Anna Green Gables. Our main character's name is Anne, who was named after Anna Green Gables, and she lives in Michigan on one of the islands there. I can't say it. I'll put the island here. I can't pronounce it. Mackinac Island. You know what I'm saying. So she is from there originally, but she lives out of town in Chicago. This isn't really a spoiler because it happens really fast, but it's part of the plot. Her dad passes away and she has to return home. She is a teacher who, at this time, is set shortly after COVID happened. And so she was remote teaching as a teacher. She had a boyfriend who was in med school, who was, working to become a doctor and do all his med school training at the hospital during COVID. And so her and her boyfriend are kind of having, issues right now. There's a strain on the relationship. She's gone back home for her dad's funeral, and she's trying to figure out what she wants to do with her life. What's her next step? And of course, there is a love interest at her hometown who kind of re-enters her life, and she is kind of deciding, what well not what who slash if she has a love interest. Does she still want to be a teacher? What does she want to do with her life? And it's so funny, very easy read, and it's just a good little springtime book. It is, has a lot of Anna Green Gables undertones of it. Also, what I love is that she openly talks about the Anna Green Gables book throughout this story as well, and it's just a really fun, easy spring read. The next book that I'm currently reading is called Agnes Aubert's Mystical Cat Shelter by Heather Fawcett. This was my book of the month choice for this month. I will have all that linked down below if you're interested. And so this book is like a cozy fantasy by Heather Fawcett. She wrote Encyclopedia of Fairies series as well, which I've talked about before in another video. So this says a woman who runs a cat rescue in 1920s Montreal turns to a grouchy but charming magician to help save her shelter in this heartwarming, cozy fantasy. So magicians are a part of society, but they're kind of like an underground thing. They aren't out and about necessarily, but when they are out, they are kind of wreaking havoc on society, just kind of like looked down upon, I suppose. And so our main character Agnes is running a cat shelter whenever she discovers that it is actually a front for a magician who has caused a lot of trouble, and she is having some feelings about it because she's like, on the one hand, I really need this space, I need this cat shelter to work for my mission, but do I want to help aid and abet essentially this magician who is causing problems? And so that is as far as I've made it so far. This is where I'm at. I'm actually got this book upside down with the sleeve. So I'm about a quarter of the way through. I will admit, for me personally, it is a bit of a slower read, but that's okay because it's very atmospheric. I love the descriptions. Just kind of keep that in mind that this definitely isn't, for me at least, isn't as fast of a pace kind of book, but it's super cute and cozy thus far, and I'm excited to see what becomes of it. Any spring book recommendations, please leave those down in the comments below because you guys know I'm always looking for the next great read. And while we're talking about books, just really quickly, I'm sure everybody knows this and has heard the news, but Sarah J. Maas is coming out with ACOTAR Book 6 in October and 7 in January. Now, what are we doing? Are we doing the ACOTAR reread? Are we finishing the series? Have you started the series? Have you read part of it and haven't finished the series like me? I know, guys, don't come for me, but I've only read the first 3 books. So what are we going to do, Taylor? Are we going to try? And also, too, just as a side note, I have heard from several people that say you need to read the Crescent City series as well because it is in the same universe and it could possibly tie in potentially to the next ACOTAR book installment. Now, I read the first Crescent City series book, Crescent City, House of Blood or whatever it was. I can't remember now. But the point is, that was 800 pages. Okay. And I will admit to you, though, I actually enjoyed it more than I did A Court of Thorns and Roses because I really love the main character in Crescent City, Bryce. I feel like I could connect with her more as a main character. She wasn't a damsel in distress. She had been through things, had some trauma, some issues that she was working through. But so far, I've only read the first book, so I can't speak on the whole series. But just first impressions, I felt like I could really connect with her more and her personality more, which I will admit is very much like mine in a lot of ways. And so I just loved her, and I can't wait to see how that's all going to, how all that's going to pan out in the rest of the Crescent City series. So, all that to say is that I need to finish the goals. Let's talk about the goals. The goals. And if you're like me, I have this problem where I want to read other books too. I have problems committing to series because I want to read standalone books that are silly and fluffy like this, but I also want to read series. So, here's the plan. Ideally, I need to finish, obviously, I need to finish the ACOTAR series first. I need to read Frost and Starlight and Court of Silver and Flames. I need to finish those before the next one comes out. So we will start there. And then ideally, I would love to finish the Crescent City series as well. But baby, that is a 16, 24. We'll say roughly a 16, 24. We'll say give or take about 3,500 pages roughly between now and October. Can I do that? Yes, I could do it. Do I want to do it? I don't know, guys. It's a lot of reading. And the problem is it's not that I don't want to read the book. I want to read the books. I do. I want to read the new ACOTAR 6. I'm excited. But the problem is I want to read other books too. And how am I going to fit all this in? And it's literally, I swear, I think my shirt says this. So many books, so little time. And if that isn't me, 2AT, baby, I don't know what is. I truly don't. So let me know your thoughts below. Are you finishing the series? Have you finished the series? Are you looking forward to it? Are you not a fan? Let's chat about the Sarah J. Maas upcoming release. In the meantime, if you're not a Sarah J. Maas fan, which is totally cool, let me know your spring recommendations. And also, we are also tiptoeing slowly but surely. Summer will be here before we know it. And I like to go ahead and get a jump start on my summer TBR list as well. So just go ahead and drop all of those recommendations down in the comments. I would so appreciate it. That being said, friends, thank you so much for being here. I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I'm so happy to be here. And I'm so happy to be in front of this camera with the cutest little microphone that has ever existed on this planet because my daughter came up with this idea and made it for me. And it's just extra special and whimsical and magical. And so are they. And so, with that being said, thank you guys so much for your patience. Thank you for continuing to be here and supporting me. And I would love to get back into making videos now that things in my personal life are starting to simmer down and calm down. And I feel like I'm in a good space now to start creating things again for fun. A lot of things have calmed down. I'm feeling better, and spring is here. And so, it's a new beginning. So, that is what we're going to do. We are going to embrace new beginnings, and I can't wait to take you with me. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe on your way down. And as always, I hope you have a magical day.